serving up a hot plate of catfish today, Sonnies.
Oh, God.
Oh, that Reddit report today is going to be a spicy one. But welcome to the show that's on in the afternoon. All the Sonnies and the cool kids know it as...
Afternoon Delight.
That's right. It's 3 o'clock on this Swatch Watch. We can't be late for all these incredible segments today. We've got a pop culture Thunderdome quiz focusing on the true story of Cinderella. Do you know it? If not, we have Baby Thunderdome to pivot on.
Cinderella. Okay.
Interesting. It's an interesting story.
It was not good. They cut her feet to fit the shoes. It was very gross.
And I'll get into all that on why I picked that a little bit later. Of course, we have the Boat Drinks Meme It or Leave It. Got some sassy ones on deck today. You're going to love that. I think I even stole some from Mel, which is always a good one.
My algorithm is the best.
Your algorithm is very spicy. Very, very spicy. You might need to take a Tums before you even dive into your Instagram. And then, of course, like I teased earlier, we've got Addie's Reddit Rundown Report. We'll get into that. Is this news? Mel sent over 3 incredible news stories. Well, according to her, we're going to be the judge and the jury and let her know, is it news or is it just a snooze? We don't know. And of course, we'll finish out with Hey Girl Hey, horrible horoscopes. And we've got quite a doozy today with, what do we got? We got Virgo. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We got some people.
Yeah, it's I forget who it is today. Anyway, we'll get there. All right, let's get into Pop Culture Thunderdome. Give me some Pop Culture Thunderdome music, please.
Thunderdome quiz, Cinderella.
Nice. Are you going to be nice? Well, I started this because there's this new book that's sweeping book clubs out there, and it's my friend was like, you have to read it. It's called Lady Tremaine, and this is the perspective of Cinderella from the stepmother. Kind of, right? That's exactly what I was like, ooh, I want to read this so bad.
Spicy.
So I'm really, I'm almost like, I don't want to read our book club, and I want to read that one instead. So I will open that. And
You're going to read both.
But for our readers out there, Lady Tremaine, I heard, is a great one. Maybe we pick that one for our next book. All right. True or false? Cinderella. The earliest Cinderella stories were European and came from France.
False.
Okay. Question number 2, multiple guess. One of the oldest known Cinderella-style stories is Yi Shan, and the story comes from Italy, or China, or Germany, or Greece.
China.
Okay. Next up, true or false? The famous glass slipper first became popular through Charles Perrault's French version of Cinderella.
I don't think so. I think that's false.
Okay. Multiple guess.
Wait, true.
Oh.
No, false. False.
What do you want to do, Baby Thunderdome?
Yeah, I want to do Baby Thunderdome.
I think that's probably for the best. Baby Thunderdome quiz so Mel can get an answer right. Yeah, you had people in comments yesterday begging to do more Baby Thunderdome because they had a hard time with the quiz yesterday, too. All right, first question, Baby Thunderdome. True or false? Cinderella has a wicked stepmother.
True.
Correct.
That's me.
Excellent. All right, next up, multiple guess. In the Brothers Grimm version of Cinderella, the magical helper is mostly connected to a fairy godmother, a pumpkin carriage, a tree at her mother's grave, or a talking mirror.
Baby Thunderdome.
Baby Thunderdome quiz so Mel can get an answer right. Baby Thunderdome, question number 2. Multiple guess. What does Cinderella lose at the ball? Was it a sandwich? Was it a glass slipper? Was it a cell phone or a dog leash?
Glass slipper.
I would have said dog leash.
That's hilarious.
All right, next up, we have number 6. In true or false, in every major version of Cinderella, the lost item is always a glass slipper.
True.
Okay. Next up, multiple guess. The Grimm version of Cinderella is called Cendrillon, Ask Patel, La Belle, or Rosamund.
I think it's B. I'm saying
Ashin
B.
Patel.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Ashun Patel.
I'm saying B.
That's it. Ashun Patel.
Okay, enough.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to learn. F off. True or false? The pumpkin carriage and fairy godmother appear in every ancient version of Cinderella.
False.
Okay. And next up, multiple guess. Charles Perrault's Cinderella from France was published in 1697, 1812, 1950, or 850.
Oh, it's Baby Thunderdome.
Baby Thunderdome Thunderdome quiz so Mo can get an answer right. True or false? Cinderella goes to a royal ball.
True.
That's correct. All right, final question. True or false? The idea that Cinderella's glass slipper came from a mistranslation of a fur slipper is widely considered false.
Baby Thunderdome.
Baby Thunderdome quiz so Mel can get an answer right. All right. Multiple guess. What does the prince use to find Cinderella? Was it her glass slipper? Was it her grocery receipt? Was it her sunglasses? Or was it her library card?
I hope it's her grocery receipt, but it's glass slipper.
That is correct. All right. Saved by Baby Thunderdome once again. Let me get that answer, Kate.
No, we're not done. We have one question left.
Do we really?
Yeah. This one.
In many type of Cinderella?
Yeah, we haven't done that one yet.
Okay, in many Cinderella-type stories around the world, the key theme is a cooking contest, a mistreated young person whose fortune is reversed, a princess turning into a bird, or a kingdom searching for a dragon.
B.
Wonderful.
Now you get the answer key. Da 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 da. Bing.
All right. This first question, what did you say?
False.
That is correct. Cinderella, the earliest versions of stories were from European and came from France. Cinderella has versions all over the world. The Chinese story, Yi Shan, so you know that you got that right. Yeah, that's perfect. Yi Shan is a Chinese Cinderella-style tale written down around the 9th century. Instead of a fairy godmother, it involves a magical fish and a lost shoe, which means Cinderella had a fish era before she had a pumpkin era. Sounds like hygiene. All right, next up,
the famous like Little Mermaid.
The famous glass slipper first became popular through Charles Perrault's French version of Cinderella. What did you say?
I said Baby Thunderdome.
In a court of law,
I said false.
Well, I'm glad you went Baby Thunderdome because it is true.
Okay.
The French version, Cendrillon, helped popularize major details as we associate Cinderella with today, including the fairy godmother, pumpkin carriage, glass slipper. Basically, Perrault added a sparkle filter to the story.
Interesting.
All right, the Brothers Grimm, the magical helper is mostly connected to what?
I said Baby Thunderdome.
In a court of law, you would have said?
A tree at her mother's grave.
That would have been correct. In the Grimm version, Cinderella receives help connected to a tree growing at her mother's grave, with birds playing a role too. No fairy godmother clocking in with the wand and a union break, that's for sure. All right, next up, in every version of Cinderella, there was a lost item. It's always a glass slipper. What did you say?
I said true.
You said true? That is wrong.
Oh, damn it.
The glass slipper is not universal. Some version uses different objects, including gold slippers, bracelets, rings, or other identifying revealing items. The point is not always glass shoe. The point is only the right person fits the clue. Okay.
Interesting.
The Grimm version of Cinderella is called what?
I did B.
That is correct.
Okay, it's German.
Patel.
Because it's German.
The Brothers Grimm version, known as Ashim Patel, is much darker than the Disney storytale version. Apparently, old fairy tales woke up and chose emotional damage. I love anything Brothers Grimm.
Me too.
All right, the pumpkin carriage for fairy godmother appear in every ancient version of Cinderella.
False.
That is correct. Fairy godmother, we just learned, was just Perrault's version. All right, when was this one published? What year?
Baby Thunderdome.
Court of law?
1812.
No.
850.
No.
1697.
Correct. It was published in 1697 as a part of the fairy tale collection. The version helped shape this elegant ballroom-ready Cinderella, as many people recognize today. All right, next up, the idea Cinderella's glass slipper came from mistranslation from fur slipper. What did you say?
False. I mean, I said Baby Thunderdome.
In a court of law, you would have said false. That would have been wrong, so I'm glad you went Baby Thunderdome. This is one of those fairy tale where rumors that refuses to leave the group chat. The fur slipper mistranslation claim is widely considered false. Scholars generally treat the glass slipper as a deliberate part of Perrault's version, not a translation accident. Okay. Next up, in Cinderella-type stories around the world, the key theme is what?
Mistreated young person whose fortune is reversed.
Correct. Very, very good.
I got a 90.
Hey, that's an A. That's pretty amazing.
We're going to Capybara.
Let's do it. Looking for your wild side with a gentle twist, Sonnies? Say hello to the Capybara Cafe, Florida's most unforgettable animal experience. Get up close and personal with capybaras, reptiles, and the cutest exotic creatures around, all while learning, laughing, and making a real impact. Every visit supports animal shelters, provides sustainability, and delivers educational magic for the whole fam. So don't just scroll, scurry over to thecapybaracafe.com and book your encounter now. The Capybara Cafe, where curiosity lives and your wild heart gets to roam.
I think, you know what I think? I think next time for Meme It or Leave It, one day we're just going to let me read the memes that I share to you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, some of them are not appropriate for television.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And that's why I'm a good filter to know what is and what isn't. Like this first one here. Group photos are such a scam. There is always one person that looks substantially worse than the rest of the always me.
I feel attacked.
It's always me. It's always me in those pictures.
It's me.
Next up, welcome to middle age. Clean sheet night excites you now. Oh, I love that. It's my favorite. I love that. Oh, it's my favorite. Same. Next up, once again, it's that time of year when you can open your windows on a beautiful spring day and share your family's dysfunction with the rest of the neighborhood. True.
That's true. I love that.
Get in here, David. Damn it. Come on. Move! Next up, if you don't have a panini press, just heat up your corduroys and sit on your sandwich. Why do I have to solve all the hard problems in the world?
I miss corduroy. You know what I used to call them? Wubba Wubba pants.
Because they make the noise.
Wubba, wubba,
That's
wubba.
right. Next up, the bug that your landlord painted over before you moved in.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Heidi Klum.
True story.
Hot mess. Next up, if you're bored at work, just print out someone else's resignation letter and leave it at the printer.
I am going to do this one day.
That could be scandalosa.
That could be hilarious.
Next up, I'm not saying your girlfriend's ugly. I'm just saying y'all look like brothers. That's all I'm saying.
I can't. That's going to live in my head rent free.
Next up, my boss hates it when I shorten his name to Dick, especially when his name is Steve.
That's a Reddit report.
Next up, I'm so jealous of people who know how to shut up. I shut up and subtitles come out of my face.
I feel attacked.
That's you, for sure.
That's one.
Next up, horror members. We both read that wrong, and that's why we are friends. It really means who remembers.
Oh, I read it as horror members. That's why we're friends. Hashtag true story.
Oh, speaking of horror members, let's go to Boat Drinks. You're welcome there, too.
What?
Somewhere between lunch and legend, there's a place where the day slips off its mundane. Helmed by Captain Rob and Captain Whitney, part hosts, part legends, part beautifully orchestrated icons. This isn't just a bar, it's a daytime escape portal for people who refuse to live boring lives. Boat Drinks Bar is the vibe to thrive, to stay alive. You didn't plan to stay all afternoon, but Boat Drinks has never been concerned with your plans. Find your escape in Uptown St. Augustine, 123 San Marco Avenue, where the afternoons arrive fashionably late and leave comfortably transformed. Boat Drinks.
Woo! I talked about catfish earlier. Now it's time for the part of the show to get into the Reddit Rundown Report, and we are serving a platter of catfish today.
Is this like when you drive in a parking lot and you find a parking space and you get catfish and it's really like a freaking Mini Cooper?
Yeah, that's the Reddit Report, everyone, today. Thank you so much. Let's go right over to Panache.
No.
All right, let's get into this. Honestly, sit down, buckle up, Buttercup, because here we got a story. This is from Best of Redditor Updates.
Oh, good.
The TLDR is, found out my best friend, who's 25, has been using my pictures, I'm 26 and a female, to catfish a guy she's been talking to since 2020. So we're talking 6 years now.
It's a lot of photo stealing.
Okay.
Who has that much time?
Ready for this?
I'm born ready.
Man, I don't even know where to go from here, so I thought I'd come to the great community of Reddit. My best
they
friend.
Also have Epic Behavioral Health Care you could go to.
My best friend, we'll call her Maggie, and I met our freshman year of college. We are now roommates and moved in together 2 years ago. In 2020, my best friend spent spring break a couple states away and matched with a guy on Tinder. When she came back to campus, she immediately told me all about him and how amazing he was and how they went out to dinner once.
Let's see where this is going to go.
This was obviously a lie, but they were talking 24/7. I got super excited and asked to see a pic. That was the only picture of him she's ever shown me. Over the past 5 years, he's literally been her whole world. She talks about him constantly. She's always has her nose in her phone. She gets clingy when he takes too long to text back. She cried to me a few times because she lurked on his social media and he was seen around other girls. My roommate doesn't have social media herself, so she uses mine. I asked a few times why they have never met up again, and she said they're both too busy and they don't have money for the trip. I even told her that he could stay with us if he wanted to save some money. He sent presents, even flowers on Valentine's Day every year. They've basically been dating this whole time. So yesterday, my roommate picked up a shift at work and was gone. I get a knock on the door. I open it to a guy.
Oh, shit.
He says hi, and I have a confused hi, and he barges in and scoops me up into a giant bear hug. He starts saying, I thought you were working. I was hoping your roommate was here so I could surprise you when you got back. And I am so freaking confused.
Yeah.
I immediately get down and back away and let him know that I have absolutely no clue what he's talking about. My brain can't even process what's happening. And then he looks confused and says, Maggie? And I'm like, no, that's my roommate. My roommate and I look nothing alike, so I'm even more confused. Then something kind of clicks.
Yep.
And I think, OMG, is this the guy that she's been dating? So I say, wait, you're Adam? And he gives me a very slow, yes. I get excited and I say, oh my God, I bet Maggie is going to flip out. I cannot believe that you're here.
And he thinks it's...
His demeanor completely changes. He asks me what the hell I'm talking about. I'm Maggie. And I tell him, no, I'm Summer, Maggie's roommate. At this point,
Summer.
I'm still completely missing something that he has just pieced together. He just says, holy F balls, and looks like he doesn't know what to even say.
Yikes.
Eventually, he sits down, he calms down, and I invite him into our living room. He then proceeds to tell me for the past 5 years, he thought he's been talking to me. Every picture he's ever seen of Maggie has been actual pictures of me. I'm completely dumbfounded, and we don't know what to say to each other at first, so he gets out his phone and shows me proof.
They're just staring at each other. Like,
he has tons of pictures of me saved on his phone and went to their messages and showed me proof that she's been sending them to him. I felt and still feel completely sick to my stomach. I get out my phone to show him the real pictures of her. I tell him maybe they could just talk when she gets off of work. And he's really pissed off at this point.
well, yeah, he should be.
I say maybe we should call her first and let her know that he's here. So I do that. And she starts flipping out, saying that she's not coming home, tells him to leave and says that she will not talk to him. He calls her and starts yelling at her over the phone. After everyone calms, she eventually comes home. He's hurt and accusing. She's crying. I'm sitting there awkwardly. She tells him that she's still the same person he had feelings for, and he screams at her, no, I thought I was in love with your freaking roommate. And that completely makes her break down, so I tell him maybe he should leave for the night and everyone should go have their own space. He agrees, and after he leaves, she goes completely psychotic on me and starts throwing shit around the living room. She tells me she hates me. I start crying. It's a mess. I left to stay with a friend and haven't been back, so I don't know what's gone down. I feel like I have no idea who the person I'm living with is, and I really feel weirdly violated. Do I move out? Do I try to call her? She hasn't even texted me. I don't know how to deal with this situation.
It's like some, what is it, Fatal Attraction, single white female.
It
crap.
really reminds me of the show Catfished. It just really truly reminds me of that show Catfish. And that's what that term means. That means you're using someone else's identity with your voice to be able to try to lure like a lover in or whatever. This actually happened to me once before too on a dating app, that someone was actually using my images of me, and they were actually trying to because somebody that I knew who cut hair in town was like, I was really creeped out because I knew you don't talk like that, like really dirty and trashy. And I was just like, whoa. So that honestly, ever since then, I never online dated. Like I stopped doing that BS because
I got catfished on
it's scary.
On the TikTok. I had a TikTok account. I shut it down. Jess's daughter, Nina,
Right.
goes to Jess, Mom, Mel has a TikTok page and it's really bad.
Yeah.
Jess contacts me. I said, that's not my page. Somebody used my picture because with Coach Mel or whatever, they used my picture and they were putting terrible things up, and Jess's daughter found it.
Yeah, that's
Thank
crazy.
God she did.
That's really crazy. I mean, it's like a lot of times these subjects, these catfishers are lonely, and sometimes this loneliness can trigger,
That's
pulling everybody
psychotic,
else,
mentally not stable,
and
person.
trying to pull everybody else into the
Liar.
fantasy. I don't think that she could have gotten away with this.
That's a stage 6 liability.
That's like a new level of liabilities to use somebody else. Did she think that this was ever going to happen as a relationship?
She never thought. I guarantee she never thought that her and the guy would meet in real life
for 6 freaking years. Like that's ridiculous, right? Like she's using.
Listen,
like how long would this go on?
I give her credit. She kept up the facade for so long. She's committed to her crazy.
I think catfishing is a degree of emotional theft.
It's the same thing as the deep fake thing people do with AI.
Right.
They take someone's voice.
Oh, that's even scarier.
It's all, in my mind, it's all the same level of not okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam, who was emotionally deceived for 5 years.
I feel bad for this
guy.
guy.
Who was more violated here, Adam or Summer?
Both of them.
I mean, is there one more degree than the other? I mean, I don't know. I'm siding with Team Summer because
That's her picture. So now what else has the roommate put her picture on?
I mean, right, true. Like, what else? Is she catfishing other men too, or is it just this one? Not that changes the severity of this.
Poor girl Summer standing there, and this man runs in the house and gives her a hug. Like, I would have freaking karate judo chopped somebody.
Like, I don't think this is a joke. I don't think it's funny.
Why did she open her door to someone she doesn't know? Didn't her mom?
I don't think she just the door knocked and she opened the door and there's this dude coming and he just bombards her with a hug.
Hello, we all have outdoor cameras these days. Why don't you check your camera first?
I'm not gonna make Summer feel like an asshole here. I mean, she just was living her best life and she hears a knock at the door. I feel bad for her, Lo. Like,
but think about this guy. He traveled from wherever. Completely duped, so you can't call him a stupid guy.
No, not at all. I'm on Team Adam too.
Yeah, he was in love with her, but it wasn't her.
And for him getting upset with Maggie,
I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame him at all because he made the trek out there thinking he's gonna, be with his girlfriend of 5 years, and it turns out that all of that was a lie. All of that wasted energy, that's his anger where it stems from. That's the root there.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my God. All right. Update. Update.
Okay. Go. Wait.
Thank you guys in advance for all of your advice and comments. Many saying you've been in mine or Adam's position, and it's made me feel better. I'm going to go ahead and just post an update because I don't think that there will be more of an outcome than this. I ended up having a phone call with Adam, mostly because I wanted to know about the pictures that she sent. Turns out she sent pics of me in my underwear and nudes that aren't actually of me or her. Oh my God. We're assuming she got those from Google or whatever. She feels really bad and is actually having a hard time with this. I assured him I don't blame him for all of the underwear pics or anything like that. He ended up telling me that he actually have FaceTimed with her, but she would never show her face, only the top of her head or hair, which is dyed a similar color to mine. Never thought of anything of this. Now I actually think it might be really weird, kind of like single white female. And her excuse was she felt like she looked bad on video, that she was self-conscious and didn't have makeup on, etc. He said that he didn't think it was weird. I don't know. He said that he also told me he's tried a ton of times to arrange visits to meet up, and she came up with an excuse every single time. Said that he's been mostly content to talk through text or over the phone up until this point. Also said that he's going to try to reach out to her one more time and talk about everything, but that he's moving on. As for me, I'm not sure I can break my lease yet, but I'm going to go ahead and move out in with a friend until my lease is over. We briefly talked about when I went to the apartment, and she sort of half apologized, but it's still pretty hostile and defensive at me. So I'm going to give her space. I feel bad for her, but I don't think our friendship is going to survive this whole thing. Anyway, that has been some crazy shit, and I appreciate all the response I got. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, she needs to get away from her. People like that are like, my brain does not work that way.
Right.
But people that can do that kind of thing, what else are they capable of? You're going to find like a horse's head in your bed.
So
creepy.
Is Maggie the villain, or are we talking about a person that's going through like a real mental health crisis here? You know what I mean? Like, do we really throw her under the bus? Is she a wounded person?
No, I'm going to say she didn't think she'd get caught. I'm going with that. She's obviously mentally unstable. We don't need to like even state that.
But can we have compassion for her insecurity? I can have compassion. I didn't say the action. I can have compassion for her insecurity.
Well, here's where I draw that line. We all have things we're insecure about. Like when I go to take pictures, I'm constantly texting Ashim, like, I need to learn how to smile in pictures. Because I don't know what it is. Whenever somebody brings out a camera, my face does this weird thing. Mm-hmm. So I get self-conscious when we go for Sundays. I'm like, Mel, let's take a picture. I'm like, really? Can I just take the picture? No, get in it. So there are things that everyone is self-conscious about. But when you take that and you cross a severe line where you're putting someone else's safety in jeopardy and you are lying, that's a whole different regime of game.
I mean, I definitely think
so. I can only be so sympathetic.
I definitely think that I can have.
She knew it was wrong.
I definitely think that I can have compassion for her insecurity, and I think that the road of loneliness led her here. I mean, she says in there that she never had social media. She's never really been connected to any kind of sense of community, and I think that this kind of just spiraled out of control for her, and she really kind of didn't know how to back out of it. And I think there's almost an addiction to this there. So I kind of have to look at her like an addict in this sense, because she let this game, and she knew it was a game, go on for about 5 years. And now the rug has been pulled out from under her. And so she's left with nothing but her mess that she helped start.
But her reaction to her roommate, Summer, like, you did it, you were wrong, and you did your friend dirty, so you cannot get mad at her.
That's emotional. I think that's just. I think that's
I think
again
she's only
the
upset
insecurity.
she got caught.
Yeah, but if she really is suffering from a mental health disorder, I can't label her as a victim here. I don't know. Some people are saying arrest her in the comments. Some people are saying that she did identity fraud. Like,
I feel like a lot of times these days, and it's just been recently, like, everything is not a mental health issue, and I'm a very big advocate for mental health, right? But I feel like we're so quick to be like, oh, it's a mental health issue, when it's really not. Like, she made a bad judgment call. Even if you are clinically diagnosed as mentally unwell, schizophrenic, or whatever diagnoses you have, right and wrong. It might be clouded, but you know it. And a lot of people are so quick to pull that card that I think we're getting away from the fact that it allows people to not take ownership and responsibility for their poor actions and decisions.
But I also think that there's a deeper lying root here, that where this actually comes from has to be, that's where I think the starting, I look at human beings that, mental health is definitely something that we talk about a lot on the show.
Absolutely.
And there's definitely some underlining things that justify why people do the things that they do. And here, I think that I'm projecting, which is probably not the best thing, but I don't have much on Maggie, but I'm projecting somebody that is, isolated, like just what Dr. Rob was talking about today, isolated, pulls, only has one friend, which was Summer, and doesn't really know how to navigate through the social societies and normals of life. No one's really kind of taught this girl that you don't do that. Obviously, this is a big learning lesson for her.
These are the people that realistically should not have access to social media because they don't understand these kind of things are not real.
Well, I
you know what
actually
I
think
mean?
if she had social media, she would know that catfishing is a really bad thing to do.
But let's be honest, who doesn't know catfishing? Everybody, there's shows everywhere about it. Like, Sonny's in comments. Do all of you know what catfishing is? Like, in our audience, some of them are more mature ladies. Like, I know my mom watched that show, Catfished. So, I don't know. I just think the fact that this day and age, we excuse a lot of poor behavior and cloak it in mental health. I think that really, it's getting very blurred.
I think it's a fine line
But I do think
between you use the word excuse, which I kind of want to use back to you because great, we use that as a way to diagnose, but I think that we need to find the root. I keep saying that word, but we need to find where this journey really truly started from, and that's where the healing is going to begin.
Right.
Especially with somebody like Maggie.
Well, that
sure,
I
it's
can agree
easier
with.
just to throw her out and we're not friends anymore. Get out of the apartment, get arrested, and push her off the plate. But the fact of the matter is, we have 3 human beings that are hurt here, and it's going to start with Maggie's healing on how to be able so everybody can get back to a road of success.
Issues, the underlying issues, which I do agree with you on this, I do think, but those underlying issues from what she did, that group of people can't help her.
I love that you're on the accountability side. I think Maggie should be held accountable for this. I agree with you, Mel. Yeah,
you guys, I'm sorry,
but I just have a compassionate side for people that live on a different spectrum of life.
You can be compassionate, but some people, there are times where it has to be like, you know what? You didn't take accountability. I cannot be in your life. I love you, but I'm going to love you from over here. And that's okay. And some people might say it's harsh, but some people, you have to be cut and dry with them. And it has to be a little harsher for them to wake up and realize, like, holy crap. Because if Summer didn't react this way, this girl probably would have kept doing it.
I got to be honest. I think Summer handled herself pretty.
I think she did fantastic.
Pretty well because I mean, some people would go off the rails, and she really, was still giving her grace with that. So I really do have to shout Summer out for that.
I give her credit too.
Is it possible that Maggie convinced herself that the lie was not really a lie because emotions were so real?
Yes.
Like she's never had a boyfriend before.
I think in her mind it was okay, and it was okay that I was using her pictures. But I do think she still knew it was wrong. That's if she didn't know it was wrong, why would she only FaceTime in and color her hair the same as the roommate and only show the top of her head? Why would she? Because Summer says he said he planned trips, but she would cancel them. So she didn't know what she was doing was wrong. Why would she only do those things? That's a clear and cut. You're wrong.
What you just mapped out is I really feel like this is an addiction. I think that she was like a drug addict. Like this was like
adrenaline junkie
or a dopamine junkie. Like it just gave a hit of dopamine to her. Like she was loved, she was seen. Some man wanted to jump her bones, and she felt attractive, and she was Googling booby pictures and sending it to him, and she felt like she was really getting the guy's attention, which she's never had before.
Right.
I mean, when you get, ladies, when you were married or, when you started dating somebody that you really loved, that moment that you felt that butterflies in your stomach, like she's never felt that before. But now she had it for 5 years, and she just, every message, her nose is in the phone, like those kinds of things. Like she was addicted to this fake relationship. And then when reality came to play, that diabetes serves up a medication that you can't really digest in this day and age.
No, there's not enough ice for that burn.
What about Adam here?
Oh, man, I feel bad for this guy.
Can Adam grieve this relationship even though it was built on deception? I mean, his feelings were real.
Yeah, I feel bad for this dude.
The grief is definitely complicated here, right?
I think
there's a mourning phase that he's going to have to go through.
Thing, the problem is when people deceive to this level, okay, and you break the trust to this level. Now, this guy in his next relationship, and he's probably sounds like a very nice guy.
He does sound like a nice guy.
People always destroy the nice guys.
Yeah.
So now this poor guy is going to be like the next girlfriend he has. Wait, is this real?
Is he going to be less trusting? What I would recommend for Adam to be able to focus on was that his feelings were real for the last 5 years, and that he can actually give his feelings to somebody, which is a hard guy thing to do.
And it's okay to say, you know what, I got duped. I feel like a moron, but you know what, I got duped, and that's okay.
I mean,
I'm still going to be a nice guy.
I don't think that he should ever feel like a moron. Honestly, he shouldn't.
I mean, natural human nature. I would. So
he's
going to
feel like sure, and that's easier said than done. I get that, but like honestly, he was giving his 100% or whatever his feelings were, which are valid.
Adam, we feel bad for you.
And unfortunately, it's shitty situations like this that break down guys or other people out there that that are afraid to step out and get into the dating pool. Like me, and I don't know about you, but like I do not online date because of that situation.
I don't online date either.
It's just not I just don't think it's a healthy thing for me to pick either. I found this story very fascinating.
I think it's fascinating
because this happens over and over again out there on the streets.
What? The way the world is today, we hear about this kind of stuff all the time. So I think this is completely relevant.
Yeah.
And very scary.
Right. And how do we protect consent online? How do you do that?
You can't.
It's very, it's not an easy thing.
Think you do? There's new ways out there people scam and trick and dupe and liabilities.
Unbelievable. There's documentaries about a lot of this stuff too. So, oh my goodness. Well, the only place to get a recharge and refocus and recalibrate, that's going to be Panache. Every guest, every time since 1987, Panache opened its doors to be a cut above the rest. Their mission at Panache is to care for their team, their guests, and community from scalp to soul and bring the joy to the world one service at a time. The Panache difference is their carefully chosen and highly trained staff there to exceed your expectations. The same goes for their elegant salon space, dedicated to guest comfort and devotion to innovation and artistry. They're focused on making your day and continually raising the bar by aligning with Aveda's mission. You gotta get Panache.com and get with it, boo.
Terrible.
All right, let's get into Is This News? We got 3 news stories in front of us. We're going to be the judge and the jury today. And let me know, is it newsworthy or is it not? All right, this first one, the Trevi Fountain. Somebody did a belly flop when tourists treat Rome like a water park. Oh, man. Sir, history is not your splash pad. A 30-year-old tourist from New Zealand reportedly fined about $700 after he allegedly dove headfirst into Rome's iconic Trevi Fountain, fully clothed in broad tourist daylight, like he had just mistaken one of the most famous Baroque fountains in the world for a lazy river at a discount resort.
It's not even that deep. I hope he got hurt.
According to reports, the man was filmed on TikTok walking backwards, taking a big dramatic run-up, and then diving into the water while police ordered him to get the hell out. He was later banned from returning to the site for life because apparently Do Not Swim in the ancient fountain needed a sequel. And there's the thing, Sonnies. The Trevi Fountain is not just a pretty stone and sparkly water. It's one of Rome's most visited landmarks, a place that people travel across the world to see, toss a coin, make a wish, and take a respectful picture, but then they keep their fully grown adult bodies out of the fountain. But no, somewhere between TikTok brain and vacation confidence, this idiot decided Rome needed an unscheduled cannonball from the island of bad decisions. So Mel, is this newsworthy? Get into it.
Yeah, it is newsworthy because these stupid TikTok challenges, wake up, people. Stop doing stupid shit.
They do it for the clout.
Because
addiction. They are addicted to this stuff.
The problem is that fountain's not that deep. Now, what happened if he would have broken his neck and got dead?
And then he would have sued the government of Rome, and that would have been their fault.
So
that's the problem.
This is news because in cities all over the world, they're dealing with the same problem. People visiting iconic places and forgetting that they are guests. Rome is not alone. Venice, museums, historic statues, sacred sites, national parks, zoos. And people are seen crossing boundaries because they want a clip, a laugh, a picture, a video for a little bit of internet applause. So the bigger conversation here is how do you protect beloved places when please don't doesn't work anymore?
Wow.
The Trevi Fountain already has rules and supervision, and yet similar incidents have happened there before. How about this? You're going to ruin it for everybody and everybody can't go. And what kills me the most is when people go to these zoos and then they climb the fence and they jump in the lion's cage and then somebody gets attacked and they're like, oh my God, the lion attacked me, you moron, you jumped in its cage.
Well, I hate to bring it up, but I was actually going to save that for a story for tomorrow. But that happened to our boy Punch. There were American tourists that actually scaled the wall to go meet Punch. And now you can't get into the cage because they've now have completely barricaded it off.
And I think people forget these are wild animals.
Everybody's in it for the gram, and that's not a good look, boo. I think it's newsworthy.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen? All these monuments and these things and the historical things, they're gonna close them.
We're not gonna be able to see them anymore.
They're gonna darken them up, and we're not gonna get to go.
You abuse that. You abuse it, we're gonna lose it.
That's why we can't nice things. So
That's why I want to talk about it so we don't do stupid shit.
News.
All right, next up, courtroom baby when an arrangement turns into an arrival. How in the world did this happen inside a Brooklyn courthouse? Well, we got a 33-year-old woman named Samantha Randazzo gave birth to a baby during her arraignment in a Brooklyn courtroom on Friday, May 15th.
She thought it would get her out of trouble.
She had been arrested the day before on alleged drug possession and trespassing charges, according to the NYPD. Now, first of all, the baby entering the world is always major. That is the biggest breaking news of someone's entire life. But the story doesn't just surprise courtroom baby. It was a serious questions that were attached. Public defender organizations claim Razzo gave birth after more than 24 hours in custody without proper medical care, privacy, or even dignity. Her attorney, Winton Sharp, described it as both joyful and sad, and that court officers rushed in to help while the judge cleared the courtroom. So even the accounts of this moment are complicated. And that's why, Mel, I'm going to say that this one is potentially news, but I want to hear some more details.
All right, so this is news because it raises a question. What should happen when someone in custody is pregnant, vulnerable, or medically unstable?
Not a bad question to ask here.
According to the article, Randazzo had been taken into Coney Island Hospital earlier that day after telling officers she was pregnant and experiencing withdrawal symptoms. She was later discharged and transported to court, where she gave birth shortly before midnight.
Good gracious.
The timeline matters because whether someone is accused of a crime or not, pregnancy is medical,
That's
labor
true.
is medical, withdrawal is extremely medical.
Gotta save that baby.
And a courtroom is not where anyone imagines giving birth. The Legal Aid Society and other public defender organizations are calling for an investigation, saying this is a reflect of a deeper failure of care, but it's her attorney has given somewhat of a different account, saying officers helped and the judge cleared the courtroom.
Right, they were trying to make it dignity here. What is your take on this?
Okay.
It's a slippery slope, right?
It is, but if she gave birth at the hospital before or whatever, and the judge cleared the courtroom.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole thing about without dignity goes out the window because
Right.
and when a baby's coming, you can only do so much.
Right.
So I kind of agree with her attorneys that everything was kind of done the way it needed to be. Jim, my husband's brother, was walking up to the courthouse in, I forgot, Forsyth County or one of those counties up in Georgia. And there was a woman going to labor, and he actually delivered her baby. He has a big plaque, and somehow it's an R attic.
Oh, wow.
From the fire department. And that's right there on the courthouse steps.
Yeah.
So I think
I took it as like when say there's a lunatic driver out there and he gets in a car wreck and obviously the first responders take him to the hospital but he's still arrested. I still feel like that window should have probably happened for her as opposed to standing in a courtroom until almost midnight and then
before
being able
she
to have
went
the
to the
baby.
Hospital.
Like I don't know how far along she was either, so maybe she had
But the
a
withdrawal
premature
symptoms
birth.
could have sped up the birthing process because of stress and everything your body's going through it.
I don't know. I think it's newsworthy. I find that interesting. I mean, I've never been in a pickle like that before, and that's definitely something we got to be ready for. All right, next up, story number 3. Volano might be getting a new beachy new hangout, and honestly, the vibe has entered the chat.
Okay.
St. Augustine resident and a real estate investor are exploring plans for a 2,500 square foot casual open air restaurant over on the coastal highway in Volano Beach. The idea: cocktails, coastal food, and live acoustic music, outdoor seating, and a relaxed, family friendly atmosphere where people can actually stay a while instead of eating one basket of fries and feeling like they need to go back into traffic. The proposed restaurant could sit on about a little over half an acre property and include about 100 seats, 34 parking spots. That makes no sense to me. Covered outdoor seating. Don't they need more parking? Covered outdoor seating, landscape courtyard areas. Well, 100 seats, 34. I mean, I guess they show up in one car and 4 people. I don't know. But here's the detail. Okay. Van Dyke apparently says that this is not meant to be a late night chaos cave. This is a casual, beachy, family friendly, really well done, and occasional acoustic music from local musicians. I like that. Basically, less spring break fever dream and more parents can relax. Kids can exist and someone gently strums their guitar while the sun and the golden hour routine. Mel, let's talk about the pre-application phase and when this is going in the front of the corner.
All right, so the project is still early. It's in the county's pre-application phase, meaning the plans are conceptual and could change. County feedback so far is focused on practical details like setbacks, buffers, parking, and seating capacity, with a scheduled meeting with county staff on May 20th.
So it's not 100%.
No,
yeah.
it's still in the conceptual phase. They have to go through meeting after meeting.
I get it, yeah.
What I like about this story is it's not just new restaurant coming. It's about gathered spaces that people are craving. What I don't like about it is more building and developing on Volano. There's also a local business angle here. Van Dyke's brother, Joshua Van Dyke, is a longtime restaurateur in Massachusetts and would partner on the project. The inspiration comes partly from a coastal eatery in Massachusetts called the Sunset Club.
Oh, I know this one. Okay.
Yeah. So
actually, kind of a cool concept. It's a very open air concept and sort of like a, kind of like how Boat Drinks is. They don't want to be a late night bar. They want it to be like a, a float in, float in.
Where in Volano would are they taking over an area that's closed down already, or they're building it fresh? They're building fresh.
They're building it fresh. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like Volano because Volano reminds me of some of the last old school Florida places.
True, but I'm also
drive and you see. But I'm kind of excited about it.
And I'm kind of bored with the Volano scene. I'm going to be honest. And people are like, "Oh my god, how can you say that?" But I feel like it's the same.
It
usual.
can bring more jobs.
Yeah, like Dirty Nelly's just opened up in Volano, and I think that's a great little new pop of fresh business for that local pub that just opened up.
Think about it, jobs.
And each one of these places create a new culture, and families need things to do. And I like that this is family friendly. I'm going to pass it through.
Yes, it's news, but I'm iffy on if I think it's a good idea.
Okay, so and that's why it's still in the prepubescent phases here of making this go through. I think it's newsworthy, and I think it's time for a little bit of wine at Bin 39.
Bin 39, the hidden gem of downtown St. Augustine since 2016. This is your secret getaway to a fabulous time. It's tucked away inside the lobby of the St. George Inn, and this charming spot boasts a courtyard setting that's straight out of a dream at the north end of St. George Street. Their wine collection features over 85 unique gems, is a journey into the extraordinary. You'll find wines from both small and large producers. They're open daily from 8 to 8 and Thursday to Sunday from 1 to 7. You got to check them out. Bin 39.
All right, we're back with Hey Girl, Hey, horrible horoscopes. Oh, here we go. We got Cancer, Leo, Virgo on deck today. Cancer!
Oh, no.
You're going to open an old social media memory just for a second and then accidentally fall face first into a museum exhibit of your own emotional damage. 3 hours later, you will be crying over someone who has not thought about you since their last phone upgrade. The worst part, nothing dramatic will happen, no closure, no revelation, just you dehydrated, scrolling in the dark, realizing the day packed up when left without you.
Oh.
Cancer. All right, Leo. Here comes
Jim
Misty.
and Misty.
Yeah. You're going to make a dramatic exit from a situation that absolutely did not deserve one. You will pause at the door, deliver a final look, and then leave with the emotional force of a season finale. Unfortunately, no one will understand what the hell just happened. One person will think you forgot your charger. Another will whisper, "Is she okay?" And somewhere deep in your soul, the applause you imagined will be replaced by the squeak of your own shoe betraying you.
Yikes. Oh, my God.
Virgo.
Oh.
Machine. Virgo.
Oh, be nice.
You're going to spend 3 hours reorganizing your drawer and call it getting your life together, even though you really did was relocate your chaos into smaller labeled compartments. You will hold up one pen from 2017 and convince yourself this was a healing moment. It was not. It was an avoidance with office supplies. The drawer may look better, but your inbox, your emotional life, and that one pile on the chair are still forming a coalition against you. Clean it up, Virgo.
I cannot. This is hilarious.
All right, Sonnies, that is a wrap on this totally Tuesday. We chilled, we thrilled, we laughed, we thrived, and most importantly,
we survived.
That's right. What time are we back tomorrow?
9 a.m.
With the world famous.
Oh my God, it's Renee Day.
It's Renee Day. We love you guys. Hit that share button. Bye, Sonnies. Share the show.
We can share the show.
Come on now, share the show.
Hit that little
arrow. Share the freaking show. I'm sick of singing. I do